What is up, guys? We are back with another video, and today we are going back to high school.
Hey, I like bitch who is your mess. Hey, can't keep my dick in my pants. Hey, my bitch don't let me know.
So I'll start my senior year, September 11th, 2015. It was a Friday night, and there was a football game going on, and all my friends were gonna meet up at the football game. And at this time, student sections were actually pretty big, and there was a lot of hype around like the student section. There was like Twitter contests happening for like best SoCal student section, and like my school would win like every time. We ended up being like the champion for like best student section in SoCal for the season, which was like pretty sick. So the theme for the Friday night was actually USA because it was September 11th, and I thought like why not like just paint my face red, white, and blue. So I started digging through stuff at home, trying to find face paint, Crayola paint, like any type of paint at all. But my dumbass thought it was okay to paint my face with furniture paint from Ikea. And I thought like nothing of it, like, oh, it'll be fine, like I'll just wash my face after. But like, I was in for like a complete run, dude. So I got to the football game and everyone like was really liking my face paint. There's a guy from the newspaper that took a photo of me, and that ended up being like in the newspaper, which was sick. But throughout the night, my face started to dry up and all the paint started to crack really bad. And that's when I kind of like knew like, oh shit, like I probably shouldn't have put this on my face. But like I didn't care at all. Like the student section was like super lit, and I was just like having a good time. At this time, like my face was like completely clear. Like there was like maybe like 1 or 2 bumps on my face, but like I would never get like any like huge pimples or anything. So here's a photo of my face when it was super clear. I'm just kidding. Here, oh my god, this is the photo. This is actually a really good example of like how clear my face was. So 12 days after the football game, this is what my face looked like. The acne was already starting to show up. And I still had no idea, like I just thought like, oh, maybe it's just like a couple pimples, but it got way worse. Just to warn you guys, like some of these photos are like kind of gross. But like this is what like I lived through. This is what I went through like my senior year. And this is what like actually a lot of people have to go through. Like, so the next time you think that like, oh, like I have one pimple, like I look like so ugly, like don't even think anything about it, because like some people have it way worse. So I started to break out like really bad, guys. My mom started to notice, like everyone noticed at school. People would like ask my friends like, oh, like what happened to like Austen's face? Like he broke out like so bad. And these like pimples weren't just like normal pimples. They were like under the skin, like huge like cystic pimples. I think that's what they call them. I'm not sure. So once my mom started to like realize like my face was just completely out of control, we went to the doctors. They recommended like Acne. We tried that for a good amount of time. Didn't work. We tried antibiotics. That didn't work. So we kept telling the doctor like, you know, like nothing's working. Like, is there anything else we can do? And they told us about like this medication called Accutane, which is like a super strong medication that you go on for about 4 months. And what it does, it stops like all the oil production in your body. So you literally become like a little dry raisin in a way. It's supposed to stop like all the oils on your face and just kind of like cleanse your whole face from everything and push everything out. And Accutane has like a lot of side effects: eye irritation, joint pain, nosebleeds, rash, skin infections, dry mouth, dry skin, dry eyes, hair loss. And it even gets worse. Like people can get depressed like while they're on Accutane, which is definitely not good. So knowing like all these side effects, I still decided to start my Accutane treatment because this like acne outbreak was just getting like way too out of hand. And this was actually like at the worst time possible, because I had like prom pictures, my senior pictures, which like they had to like actually Photoshop my face because it was just so messed up, which kind of sucks. But they do look good. It continued to get so bad, my face started to get like puffy in a way. And my face kind of just looked bloated from like all this like acne. So the Accutane started to work very quickly, which is really surprising. This is actually March 30th. So about a little over 2 months, and you could see that all of the swelling and all of like huge pimples were actually gone. Most of the side effects that I ran into while I was on Accutane was the dry face, dry lips, back pain, and the whole situation of like having to stay out of the sun. When you're on Accutane, like I was saying, there's no like oils being produced on your body. So when the sun does like hit your face, it's actually really harmful to your skin. And that was like another big thing I had to deal with, like being on Accutane, because I just love like being at the beach in the sun, and that's something like I really couldn't do during those like 4 months. So I tried to stay positive like while I was on Accutane, but it was sometimes hard because I just knew like all this acne like just wasn't me, and just I knew that, you know, like a couple months ago I had a like perfectly clear face, and it was just something I had to get used to, and it was just something I had to get used to and accept the fact that like I broke out. And if any of you guys are on Accutane while you're watching this and you are feeling like depressed or down, just like know that in a couple months your face is gonna be like super clear. So just try to look forward to that and like look on the bright side. That's kind of like what I did. I was like, all right, first month is done, I only need 3 more. Like, oh, 1 more month is done. I'm like halfway in. I'm like 1 more month. I'm like, all right, this is the last month. Like after this, I'll be done. And that's kind of like what you need to like think about if you are feeling depressed. Just like try to keep your head up and just like let the time pass, because it's gonna go by really quick. So I continued with Accutane. Everything was going good. I just kept counting down the days until like I was completely done. I ended up going to prom like with my beautiful girlfriend. All my acne at the time was gone, and at that time like I was super like relieved to not have to deal with it anymore. But all in all, it was super worth it. Now I get no like pimples at all. I do have a couple scars from when I did pop. So if you do have pimples, try not to pop them, because you could get scars. And remember, like I said, if you are dealing with it right now, it's only a matter of time till it's gonna be all gone, guys. Just know that like we're all human. We all have different things going on in our life. So just try to look at the bright side. But that's gonna pretty much wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below and I'll get back to you. And I'll see you next time.
6 months later, I had stopped and now I'm in the game.